बारे में हम लोग बातें करते हैं यहाँ पे। लेकिन हम लोग मूवी के कंटेंट के ऊपर भी बात करते हैं एंड हाउ दैट रिलेट्स टू रियल लाइफ। तो
हम मूवी कंटेंट के ऊपर क्या आपके सर के ऊपर बात करते हैं हम लोग।
क्या क्या व्हाट तो
हमारा बातें जो है लोगों के सर के ऊपर चलता है ना कभी कभार।
हाँ, उनको समझ में नहीं आता क्या बात कर रहे हैं। पहले मॉरल डायलेमा, ऐसा लगा डायरिया का ऐसे करके कुछ ऐसा है।
नहीं, डायलीमा बाद में डायलेमा।
हाँ, एंड देन डिलीमा लगा।
ए यार देखो, इंग्लिश इज वेरी फनी लैंग्वेज।
या
इफ यू टोल्ड मी टू राइट प्रेडिकेमेंट इट विल बी मच बेटर।
अप्पा प्रेडिकेमेंट,
हाँ
वेरी नाइस, पुट इट देयर, राइट देयर। तो अभी एक्सप्लेन कर बंदों को क्या है आज।
अरे फालतू नहीं, ये मुझे डोंट पुट मी इन दिस प्रेडिकेमेंट।
नहीं, मैं नहीं
तू
करेगी।
अच्छी काम कर रही थी तो कर, खत्म कर दे अभी। हाँ, पीपल आर वेटिंग। तेरा अभी तक फुल डॉट हुआ था, फुल स्टॉप कर दे वहां पे प्लीज, सबको बता दे
क्या बताना है।
हाँ तो क्या है बदलो
तो
क्या?
हमारी जिंदगी में ना बच्चन, हम लोग somebody had once said that we are actually what we call a sandwich generation।
ओहो,
जहाँ पे हमारा ऐसा जनरेशन है जहाँ पे this is the generation that lived in, probably was born into joint families, lived in joint families, was raised there, then we came out, we became nuclear families, or probably this is a generation that was born and raised in, because we are all of South Asian origin in our desi homelands, whether it's India, Pakistan, wherever we are from, right, Afghanistan, wherever, and then we came here and our values and our lifestyles have changed, rightfully so, क्योंकि बहुत सारी चीज़ें अमेरिकन standard of living से change होता है. Like, there are certain things that you do and certain things that you don't do. Certain things that are absolutely no in the homeland is okay here.
Yeah.
Right? बहुत सारी ऐसी चीज़ें होती हैं. And then you kind of the lines or the boundaries start to get blurry. आपको समझ नहीं आता ये ठीक है कि ये ठीक है, क्या करना है ऐसे situations. क्या have you ever gotten, I mean, I'm not saying that it happens only to the Desi diaspora and it's only because you've traveled overseas and things like that, but it could happen to somebody, to everybody. Have you ever been caught in a dilemma जहाँ पे आपको लगता है ये भी ठीक है और वो भी ठीक है? I mean,
वैसे देखे जो हर एक हिंदी फिल्म जो है आज के जमाने में is all a moral question mark. हाँ,
really?
Because जैसे ये भी ठीक है वो भी ठीक है.
हाँ.
So is the whole dilemma is and both things are right?
No, I mean, like, okay, is this right or is it right? You know what I mean? When people are there are a lot of situations where people are trying to
what?
Trying to figure out ki, whether it is supposed to be, is this the way to go? Like, you come to a crossroads kind of thing, right? Kabhi kabhar, some decisions are very hard to make. Like, I'll give you a classic example. Like, a certain moral that, and it does maybe tie into morally speaking kind of situation जहाँ पे when something was acceptable at one particular point in time or not acceptable at all is acceptable today, and something was acceptable before is not at all acceptable. I don't know what is going on with our Facebook feed. I'm getting a lot of पता नहीं क्या क्या हो रहा है मेरे Facebook feed.
So what you should do, Faltu, we're doing the show, do the show, don't follow the Facebook.
तू ना मार खाएगा. You talk.
See, that's fixed already.
No, I sent the wrong link. Okay,
you sent the wrong. It's not my problem. Yeah. And of course, Faltu actually is now fixed in a moral dilemma whether to watch social media or do social media.
Hey. All that I'll tell you 100%, Bandhujan. On the media, Altu will do Shoshan. That's what he came
All
about.
Altu Mama does social media. That's true, Bandhujan.
Yeah, that is right.
And of course, अभी Bandhujan आप लोगों का मौका है यहाँ पे कॉल करने का, बताने का कि आपके हिसाब से moral dilemma जब होती है ना, जब हमारे यहाँ पे एक द्वंद्व होता है. Like, ये भी सही है, ये भी सही है. Like, I face this moral dilemma almost every day in my life. At least 3 times in a day I face moral dilemma.
क्या रे?
I don't know, ये भी अच्छा है, वो भी अच्छा है, बस क्या अच्छा है?
3 times in a day you
Of
face
course,
a moral dilemma.
Definitely 3 times
कितना
minimum.
amoralistic है. You talk about moral dilemma, तेरे को कहाँ से आता है?
No, it's about the right thing to do. Right?
Oh.
Yeah, आज सवेरे क्या बात है, तेरे साथ थे, मैं था ना, तभी मुझे एकदम द्वंद्व आ गया था मुझ में कि यार क्या करे. There's a dilemma right there.
Oh God.
क्या छोले भटूरे is अच्छा is better और थाली is better?
That is not moral dilemma, Altu Baba. That's not moral dilemma.
Why you dilemma? No? Okay, what is moral dilemma? ये बताओ. फालतू people like me out there who are listening to you right now, wondering, oh my God, what is moral dilemma? Because हमारे dilemma वही होता है. यार, do we do छोले भटूरे or do we do थाली with छोले and pani puri? You know, it's a combination. Like we don't know what decision making, right? The decision making, right? फालतू like wondering what happened. Hey, मेरे से लोग भी होते हैं फालतू ऑडियंस में. हमारे बताओ फालतू क्या गुस्से में आ गई तू फालतू व्हाट इज दिस?
क्योंकि आलतू बाबा ये टॉपिक पे चाइम इन नहीं करना चाहते हैं ऐसे
चाइम इन की बात नहीं, मतलब आई डोंट नो
थीम का टोटल छितर कर रहे हैं.
नहीं छितर की बात नहीं, बात तो ये बहुत
रायता फैला रहे हैं.
देखो ये इस होलिस्टिक के मैं जो डायल का पहले तक मुझे मालूम नहीं. हाँ, मैं तो सोचा डायल एम मतलब फॉर मर्डर काइंड ऑफ थिंग, ऐसा सोचा मैंने. लेकिन बताओ हमारी ये बताओ और बताओ फालतू ने कि हम लोग क्या है, हाउ कैन वी अंडरस्टैंड द डायलेमा ऑफ मॉरल डायलेमा फालतू ने. कम ऑन बताओ, मिसाल दो.
वेल मनोजन, पता नहीं आपने हाल ही में जो मूवीज रिलीज हुए हैं उसको देखे हैं कि नहीं, बट there's one movie that came out which was a movie called Pathan. Now let's take a very generic example on a very big scale, right? उसमें एक डिलेमा हमारे इंडियन ऑफिशियल्स पे आता है जहाँ पे वो एक सुपर विलियन खड़ा करते हैं because of the decision that they make, where they have to make a decision whether to save one of their raw agents' family members.
Oh my God!
Or not, right? They have to make that decision. And because they make the decision in the interest of the nation, which is obviously they had to, because the wife and the child and the family members of the raw agent or whoever that agent is, uske family collateral damage ho jati hai, because they consider that as, oh, we don't want them to die, but unfortunately for saving that utilitarian approach jo hai कि इतने लोगों को सेव करने के लिए उसकी कुर्बानी दे दे या बलिदान कर दें तो ठीक है. तो क्या होता है वो बंदा, he turns into a super duper villain. In that situation, is that the right thing to do, or is there a right or a wrong way? कभी कभार वो dilemma आ जाता है. You don't know if that's the right thing to do or if it's not the right thing to do. You know what I mean?
I agree with you, Fadri. So are you talking about that's the moral dilemma?
That could have been, it's an ethical dilemma, I think. And regardless, I'm just giving you an example. That's a very large, generic example. लेकिन हमारी रोज़मर्रा की ज़िंदगी में ऐसे आता है कि, जहाँ पे हमें लगता है कि, it could be the fact कि...
Do I side with the wife or the mother?
Yes! अरे वाह! Do I side with my wife or do I side with my mother?
Many times people also have a dilemma. Do I side with the wife or the other?
What?
Some people might have that.
That is another bigger dilemma.
Hello,
that is it
is a fact.
And I'm not happy in my marriage, so I'm going to seek it somewhere else.
I don't know.
You could. That is a dilemma.
You're not happy in the match, so you'll start eating chocolate cake.
Yeah. So my better half is, or my spouse is stepping out on me, so I will also step out on my spouse.
How is that different what I told just now?
Dilemma, huh?
How is it different what I told just now?
What you told just now? What you told? Tell. What you told?
What is better, my wife or the other?
No.
That's what I said.
Altu Baba, that is not a dilemma.
Should I side with the wife or should I side with the mother? Or should I side with the wife or the other?
Who is the other?
That is what you're talking about, right? I'm actually giving in a very nice way. You're actually painting like a big bad thing. I don't know.
When there is a wife, there shouldn't be another.
That is exactly what I'm trying to tell you.
Right?
So fine. So what you're repeating whatever I said in a more, rustic way.
So आपको फोन पिकअप करना है बदजन और हमें कॉल करना है. आलतू बाबा हमारा फोन लाइन फिक्स होगा कि नहीं होगा?
I don't know. That's a dilemma which I have.
408-832-8881. Again, 408-832-8881. इस नंबर पे आपको व्हाट्सएप करना है मनोजन. We'll look forward to hearing from you कि आपका क्या राय है अगर कोई सिचुएशन दिया जाए. And are there any situations in the movies where you felt you've seen a movie and you felt ये dilemma को address किया गया है, and how they've addressed it, did they do right or wrong? For example, एक ज़माना था जहाँ पे casual
pants. We're not allowed to own.
Casual
shirts you can't wear and go to interviews.
What?
What are you talking about, Faltu? हमें मालूम
No, there was a, like we were just talking about it this afternoon, right?
What? You find morally wrong to say it?
Huh?
Are you feeling awkward to say it?
No, I'm not feeling awkward to say it.
You didn't say it so far.
What am I supposed to say? Engaging in casual sex was supposed to be taboo, and it was not okay at one particular point in time.
It was not okay to talk about it.
No, it was not okay at all in the first place. You're not supposed to engage in it.
It has been happening forever and ever. It is not talked about, that's all.
Yeah, when, especially before marriage or outside of marriage, to be in such a, जहाँ पे एक लड़का लड़की मिलते हैं, हमेशा उनका जो प्यार है वो पाक रहना चाहिए. Paak. From the epiglottis, paak. So, but, they don't consummate that relationship till they are married according to all the shastras and whatever.
So sweet.
Then their whatever thing will kick in where they can consummate the marriage. But aajkal, like over the past, I think since almost in the past decade, it has become so commonplace.
Why do you say past decades? Before that also, right?
No, I'm talking about how it's being popularized in pop culture in Indian, in the Indian cinema.
Okay.
Not diaspora.
Indian cinema.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very commonplace. Living in is not a big deal. And, having, just engaging in some kind of a flirtation or some kind of a casual relationship really is not something that cements that they will be married to each other.
So, somebody on Facebook right now, Facebook user book, I can't read the name properly because I think they don't like that page and that. They say only two flowers mingling was the expression.
Of what? But who is this Facebook user?
I can't read out the name because the name doesn't show up. So please, apna naam bata dijiyega. But I only can see the Facebook user as a mention on my posting. So Faltu, and you probably might be able to see more details about that.
Right.
But again, अगर आप हमें हमारे Facebook page पे देख रहे हैं, तो possibly be able to see. If it's on a group you're seeing us or one of those things, we can't see your information.
That's right. So we'd love to hear from you, Bandhujan. Please pick up the phone and give us a call. 408. This is a WhatsApp number. You have to call us on WhatsApp, right? 408-832-8881. ये है आपके लिए स्टूडियो का नंबर. Again.
This is GP Kheda Saab. Kheda Saab probably listening to us on one of the other groups. तो हमारे पेज पे सुनिएगा सर. Go to facebook.com/radiodhotties and वहाँ पे आप सुन सकते हैं. वहाँ पे आपका नाम भी डाल सकते हैं और यहाँ पे कॉल भी करो सर.
Right. We'd love to hear from you, sir. कॉल करिएगा 408-912-2479 पे. एक बार और स्टूडियो का नंबर है. नहीं. Sorry. ये नंबर पे कॉल डायल करो.
चलेगा. कॉल तो करो.
408-832-8881. I have forgotten how he sounds also on the air.
Really?
Yeah, I've not heard from any of these people. We haven't heard from Kheda Saab in a long time. We haven't heard from
Anna-ji long time.
Yeah, Anna-ji in a long time. We haven't heard Anna-ji?
Deepa-ji for a long time.
I know, so long. तो दीपा ने कल भी मैसेज किया था सॉरी कि हम लोग आ नहीं पाए but this is one thing. So what is your take on it? I mean, do you ever come into a thing where they say it's okay, like for example in today's times, are you going to be like, they are not married and they're casually friends with benefits kind of thing, right? Some of them will not even say this is my girlfriend or this is my boyfriend. They will just say they're friends, but they actually live in and they have, some of them are very casually entangled with each other.
Benefits.
Yeah. So in that situation, what is your reaction? Do you ever come into a dilemma? Do you ever judge? Is it, you may not proactively say, oh, I'm judging this person or anything like that, but what goes on in your mind? We'd like to know. And Hindi cinema mein jaise dikhaya ja raha hai aajkal, it's like, oh, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Right? For example, that movie Befikre, right? They live in and they have, they have a jolly good time together. And then they say, okay, one promise that they make to each other is that we are not going to get sappy and we're not going to get emotional. We're just having pure, clean, unadulterated sex. They say that's it. It's just for fun. We're not doing anything else. We're not going to get into the entanglements, the emotional entanglements that come with a relationship, right? क्या कर रहा है आलतू बाबा?
मैं तो बस चेक कर रहा हूँ कि सोशल में सब ठीक हो रहा है कि नहीं.
हाँ, तो आपको यहाँ पे कॉल करना है 408-912-2479 और you can give us a call on our WhatsApp number. Altupapa is our WhatsApp active.
Of course,
408
activated है, एक्टिव क्या एक्टिवेटेड है बलूजान, कॉल कीजिएगा 408-832-8881.
That's right. 408-832-8881 इस नंबर पे आपको कॉल करना है. हम आपका बेसब्री से इंतजार कर रहे हैं. तो आलतू मियाँ, आप बताइए कोई गाना वाना हो जाए या आपका कोई टिप्पणी है. व्हाट इज योर टेक ऑन दिस?
अगर हमारा यहाँ पे गाना हो गया ना तो शो भी हो जाएगा खत्म.
नहीं, कोई बात नहीं, चलेगा.
मजाक नहीं कर रहा हूँ.
चल ठीक है, आप अभी बताइए. तो देन यू टेल अस व्हाट इज योर टिप्पणी ऑन दिस.
व्हाट इज माय टिप्पणी ऑन दिस? मुझे तो अभी भी समझ में आया कि मॉरल डायलेमा क्या होता है. मॉरल क्या होता है? मॉरलिटी तो होती है ना, लेकिन डायलेमा अलग होती है ना. डायलेमा इज द पर्टिकुलर क्वेश्चन, द डायलेमा ऑफ व्हाट इज राइट, व्हाट्स रॉन्ग, है ना.
Did you even listen to what I said, Alto?
हाँ,
the situation.
सही
So what do you think? You just don't care, or you like?
I don't
okay,
care.
what they show on the cinema.
ना सिनेमा उसको सच्चाई में कोई फर्क का कनेक्शन नहीं.
क्या तो your jaw has never dropped when you saw during that time it was like, oh my god, Julie film में ऐसे दिखाया, वाह उसको.
मैं पैदा नहीं होता चलेगा. हाँ. तो क्या बताओ?
महिमन जी ने हमें दिखाया था ना ये फिल्म.
ठीक है, तो
हाँ तो फिर
तो तब तो नॉर्मल था. सो हेलो, या जूली फिल्म यू वर देयर व्हेन शी showed it was on theaters. फालतू नहीं.
she did show it was on theater. She made us watch it, remember?
Yeah, by the time we already knew the world, right?
Yeah.
तो
it didn't.
हमारे ठीक था यार. Everything was fine.
Okay, Banajan. So definitely call in. I'd love to hear from you. कि आपका क्या राय है, क्योंकि हमारे आलतू बाबा तो सर्वांतर्यामी है, उनको कोई राय नहीं है. He will never have a dilemma क्योंकि उनको 100% मालूम है कि जो भी है सही है. Right? That's knowing उसका आलतू ज्ञान है. तो it is your opinion that we'd love to hear from. And again, the number to call us 408-832-8881. Again, 408-832-8881.
But the point is, Indian cinema mein, do they show it as a dilemma? They don't, right? They don't show. They show moral, stepping aside and all the stuff. But at the same time, they also will say it's still okay, right? Don't you feel that they actually are always neutral?
Neutral नहीं, they're just showing what is happening. They're not taking a stance.
हाँ, so that's what,
कि
right?
तुम जैसा सोचो ठीक है, वो ठीक है. For example,
अच्छा, एक काम करते हैं. How about we try to bring it into a particular perspective? Let's take a few movies, which you know and I know, which probably even our bandhus also might know, which probably showcase a certain standing or ethical standing, and thereupon comes upon a dilemma where we don't know. We might think both the ways are right. Right? You talked about sidestepping, right? As anything else, how about things like what we saw in that movie? Recent movie आई थी ना जो थिएटर्स में है अभी. That also is about a dilemma, right? Morality. So one of them wanted to individuality, other person wanted to have a family.
Yeah, that's a different one. But
उससे पहले you spoke about some of the movie, right? Some of the movie, you said big movie, you said.
No, I wasn't talking about sidestepping. I was talking about how the concept of a relationship has changed over time. कि लोग ऐसे करते थे कि द कल्मिनेशन ऑफ रिलेशनशिप इज़ इन मैरिज, राइट? कि पहले एक दूसरे को जानो, एक दूसरे को पहचानो, प्यार करो, दिल से दिल मिलते हैं, फिर तन बदन का जो भी होता है वो शादी के बाद होता है, राइट? दैट वाज द ह्यूज डील बिकॉज वो शादी होगी तो सुहाग रात होगा, राइट? दैट वाज द होल बिग अंडरस्टैंडिंग. पर आजकल इतना कॉमन प्लेस हो गया है कि people live in before marriage, right? Are completely at peace with it and very much at ease with it.
So I think I would blame definitely if I were to say, I understand what you're saying right now. So I think all these things what you're talking about, it's a slippery slope and everything, right? Again, it seems like we got to find somebody at fault, and I blame Sam Walton.
What is Sam Walton? क्या बात कर रहा है आलतू बाबा?
Walmart के founders है ना?
क्यों?
Because he was a person who actually brought in the concept of people touching the merchandise, wearing it or testing it before they do anything with it. So उनका concept जो है अभी society में इतना pervasive हो गया है कि even for marriage you want to try test it then get married.
But how would you try and test a marriage?
That's what they're doing right now. Right? I don't know. They're doing it. I don't do it. I've not done it.
Well, has it become
So
acceptable?
people are the justification of why they stay together is to see if they gel first of all together.
Mm-hmm.
If they gel well together, they'll get married afterwards.
Right.
So that's what the concept is. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like as though if I say, well, there's right on both ends. You will say, this guy is being progressive. He's being Baba. He's being this, all the stuff. I just saying both ends can be right.
I am just asking, do you feel conflicted?
I
do
don't.
You ever feel? What do you mean you don't? Okay, let me ask you.
My God, you're confused.
No, you never feel conflicted, is it, Altu Baba? When you see something, let's say you see, come on, there was a big culture shock you had when you went back to Bangalore. After several years, I remember this distinctly, where you saw students in school uniforms, the same school that you used to go to, making out full public.
No. If they were not making out, they actually were in pubs.
Yeah, but they were making out
They
in
were
pubs.
not making. First of all, making out is their bloody problem. I'm talking about being in pubs.
Yeah.
Having entry for school children in pubs.
Correct.
What I had a shock about.
Yeah.
Which means the fact that they actually are, ruining their health, right? Yeah, I was shocked. When we were young, we didn't have an entry into pubs. Let's put it that way. Typically,
So you were jealous?
No, that's what happens. Like, people who actually bring issues for you, people who are jealous. मेरे को ही करने को नहीं हुआ, तुम कर रहे हो?
अरे क्या कुछ भी यार, seriously
don't you have this thing in your mind?
What?
You do have sometimes. How can you do it now? My time, I never did that.
No. I lived my life king size, boss.
Yeah.
I lived life. I've seen life.
Now she's the Baba.
No, Baba.
Yes, Faltu.
No, Baba. I'm saying
king
that
size.
you do feel conflicted. Cultural conflicts होते हैं कि आपको लगता है for a minute when you do a double take and you're like, oh my God, is this the India that I grew up in, right? Where
why would you want to hold? Everything has to eventually fall and break and decay and die.
Okay.
So big deal, right? I don't know. That's why I feel that way.
Right.
But I want to still bring it down to the point of your question, what you're talking about in terms of movies, right?
Right.
Because we hold Indian cinema to high standards.
Correct.
For some reason, I don't know why we do that also.
Well, we don't. I mean, I'm just saying we don't hold it to high standards. We hold it to a standard. So we hold it accountable. Accountable to our society as a reflection of our society.
You must wonder why do we do that? Because there's no one person there.
Yeah. देखो यार, एक चीज है. Okay, we have to admit this. Okay. हमारा शो है, हम बात कर सकते हैं. क्या फर्क पड़ता है, right? It really doesn't matter.
No, you're right.
And the second thing is that Indian cinema is so pervasive. Please, yeah. Oh God, I watched the Oscars. Everybody is like, yeah, amazing. Really proud of the fact that an Indian movie, The Elephant Whisperers, they won an Oscar. And
kudos to Keeravani for winning the song.
Natu. But then there's 1,000 better songs.
Correct.
And there is a gazillion more better performers and a gazillion more better films that could have made it. But, and what I truly do not like about the Oscars, that it's completely rigged.
Yeah.
Just because they try to make it seem like it's their own, it's a beautiful world, everything is fine. They totally dissed movies like The Woman King.
I know.
What is that? Till. Emmett Till's movie, right? They completely, what snubs to these movies?
Yeah.
Why is that
they didn't
happening?
pay money, I suppose.
So, who knows, right? We don't know. So I think to a great extent, why did we go to the Oscars?
I don't know. You brought it there, Faltu.
But what we are trying to say is that Indian cinema is larger than life, right?
Yes.
And a lot of what is being shown in Indian cinema is people say, oh, we're reflecting what is happening in society. But then again, there is a responsibility that these people need to exercise and understand कि जो वो दिखाते हैं उसके हिसाब से बहुत सारे impressionable minds shape होते हैं, right? कि what you show in cinema, yes, creativity तो है, लेकिन there's also, you can change the way people think or the way people act or the way people believe, or you can send a messaging there in a way that's unimaginable. Nobody else has that kind of reach. Imagine a Shah Rukh Khan or a Salman Khan, or for that matter, even and Akshay Kumar. They're all doing something which is, some message that they're sending to the public out there. People do react. People do follow through, regardless of what message they're sending, whether it is good or bad. When people see Shah Rukh smoking, they think it's cool. That is why they had to add cigarette smoking is injurious to health.
That's not because they have to add that. That's required by censor board.
Yeah, I know. But basically, see, why does it become more pervasive?
Why?
पहले एक ज़माने में drugs का दिखाते थे, right?
Yes.
And what a huge, we don't acknowledge it, but India has a huge opioid problem. India has a huge, especially in the north and northeast, there's a huge.
So are you saying that happened because the movies talked about druggies?
No, I mean they glorified.
They didn't.
They do.
No, they didn't. Drugs have never been glorified in Indian cinema.
It was, and watch the series that are coming out on OTT. You will see that it is so commonplace.
Oh, now it's commonplace. Yes, now yes.
A high school student, shoots up snorts some coke. It's so commonplace. They just go into the restroom and then they go and they take a credit card. They beat up something and then they snort it. If they don't get anything, they will beat up a little Tylenol pill kind of thing, whatever that thing is, and they'll snort it.
If you don't get that, over here in America, people will swallow Tide pills.
What is it?
Or Tide pods.
Really? No, man. Whatever.
You didn't know about the use of the Tide pods?
I didn't know that.
High schoolers challenging each other to swallow Tide pod.
Okay. I had no idea. I didn't know that. Ew.
What?
I thought it was kids who
under
swallow.
which rock were you in? Under Tide pod. That big news for the kids were actually swallowing Tide pods as contests.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it happened a few years ago, before the pandemic actually.
Yeah.
And then everybody fell sick.
Well, so you say, what is your thing? So you say that films cannot take a particular, the question that we were asking was, Panichan, in movies like Aradhana, classics, right? Super duper classics. Julie, these kind of movies, they showed the couple engaging in premarital relations, right? Before marriage, and then they show कि movie के through दिखाते हैं कि कितना मुश्किल होता है जब लड़का निकल जाता है or something happens. It could be the death of the boy or the family of the boy doesn't agree or जो disparity होती है उनके families के बीच, तो वो somehow work out नहीं होता, या कोई बंदा आपका कोई लड़की का advantage ले लेता है, and it happens even today in every part of the world, not just in India, but it happens where people take advantage of them. वैसे वाले movies में दिखाते थे, and that it's sort of like sending a moral message, don't indulge in it, correct?
Yeah.
Because you have to face a lot of hardship afterwards. लेकिन आजकल की movies में, like हाल ही में हमने देखा एक movie which is called तू झूठी मैं मक्कार, and even in the movie which is with the movie Pathan, for example, they show Deepika Padukone and Shah Rukh Khan. I mean, it's and they don't make a hoo-ha about it. It's not like a big deal. Earlier,
yeah, but they made sure, nowadays at least, they make sure that the girl actually leads the whole thing.
Huh?
Yeah.
The girl what?
The girl leads.
Oh, it doesn't matter whether the girl...
Well, if you look at the 70s and 80s movie, watch it probably Faltwari. The guy is the person who pushes the girl towards that.
Wow.
And the girl pushes away first.
Oh.
Yeah, but nowadays they made it seem very, very acceptable to people because the girl initiates the whole thing.
So it's okay if the girl initiates it, so if she's the one who's at fault.
Thank you very much.
What the heck?
Now you got it.
Okay.
Now you know why Lavajan is a misogynistic guy. Was it? Yeah, misogynist, right?
Well, why is he misogynistic?
Because he made the girl make the moves on him, and he blames the girl, saying, "You wanted it, I gave it to you."
What?
Yeah. Okay, who opens the door in the particular beach, the door, the Khatara place?
That she opens the door.
Who leads him into the place?
It does not matter
So
about
it
who
does
leads.
matter
He chases after her. He says, you have to woo me.
That exactly. That's
yeah.
He does not say woo me and all stuff. He's just that I'm trying to tell you, they've just turned the table around to make it seem acceptable to people.
Yeah.
By not bringing the man, making it because it'll seem bad, they made the women ask for it.
It is not the woman ask for it. She doesn't ask for it. Oh my God, that is such a misogynistic comment.
No. Excuse
Lord.
me. Please watch the movie. You will know.
Oh God.
Who was the person who? What? Oh God.
Oh God.
You saw the movie. You want to ignore that part of it because you want all the ladies to be awesome. Oh. I know
What?
because you want the man to be the bad guy, right?
No, there's no man to be the. See, there you go, Bandhan. He made it a gender war.
I didn't make a judgment.
Is that the way you think about it?
It's what you're talking about, and I'm saying that's what it is. Morality is just turntables right now, right?
Really?
Yeah, it just says that okay, that time man is to make the move. Nowadays, women make the move. Is what they're saying. So
Really?
Respect the woman's choice.
Well, either ways, we would like to see कि आपका क्या choice है. What do you have to say? The number of callers at the studio 408-832-8881. Again, 408-832-8881. I promise you, Bunjan, we will look into the phone lines and figure out what's wrong with our landline. We're not sure why those calls are not, it's getting one-way talk for most of you. So, इस नंबर पे डायल कीजिएगा. ये अलग नंबर है 408-832-8881. इस नंबर पे आपको कॉल करना है एंड हमारे साथ यहाँ पे शेयर करना है कि आपका क्या राय है, ताकि आई नो यू माइट से कि क्या फ़र्क पड़ता है, बट वी आर ऑल फेस्ड विद दीज डिलेमास फ्रॉम डे टू डे, right? And it actually prods you into thinking about what are our moral values? What are our boundaries? Do they change over time?
Yeah.
Are we compromising on our values?
Oh yes, very good point.
That is a really scary thing. Sometimes we get this. And where we think कि क्या हमने कुछ compromise किया. There's no right or wrong answer, Bandhan. Honestly देखा जाए right or wrong हो ही नहीं सकता, क्योंकि वक्त बदलता है, वक्त के साथ लोग भी बदल जाते हैं.
What a wonderful statement.
Right? And हमारे जो संस्कार हैं वो भी बदल रहे हैं.
संस्कार है, वाह वाह वाह.
हाँ, संस्कार तो बदल रहे हैं ना अल्तू बाबा. संस्कार क्या होता है ये बताओ.
I have no idea, Faltu.
You tell us.
तो आपका नहीं. By the time I say something, it already changed.
No, Altu Baba. Don't try to use words and try to always wiggle out of thing and not make a statement. When you don't stand for anything, you fall for anything.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
You don't stand for anything, fall for everything. Oh my God, Faltu, very good. तेरे को ना हाँ आगे बढ़ो. By the way, welcome to all of the Facebook bandhus who actually just joining and saying, hey, we're here. दीपा जी नमस्ते, welcome to you. राज लखोटा जी आपको भी नमस्ते. कॉल कीजिएगा. हमारी फालतू ने एक बहुत बड़ा क्वेश्चन डाल दिया है, मुझे डायलेमा डाल दिया है कि morality क्या होती है. Kendra moral dilemma, right? But I'll tell you one thing, Fatwani. One big dilemma which has been addressed in not one but many films. Okay? You'll have to name at least 3-4 films that way, right? You'll easily find it. There's a dilemma of a particular patriot having to choose between his love and the country. Love and love of the country.
Love and love of the country.
There have been around 2-3 movies that way.
This movie Pathan had that, no?
Wait, I'm asking people to call and tell, na? Why do you have to jump up and down on that one?
But haven't you choose between?
Love, their personal love and love of the country. Name at least 3 to 4 movies. 3 movies at least.
Well, Banjan, there's some recent movies also that have come out which kind of talk to that, right?
So that's a big dilemma, right? That's the choice of love, right? You apna pyar, apna desh ka pyar. People had to choose between the two of them. What did they choose? 408-832-8881. Raj Lakhotia ji, nice to see you joining us on Facebook. आपको कॉल करना है. We'd love to hear from you. It's been a very, very long time. जिम में है, कहाँ है आप? हमें जनरली जिम से कॉल करते थे. 408-832-8881. ये है स्टूडियो का नंबर. Again, I'm going to put it up in the chat on Facebook, as well as I would like to direct your attention to what's coming up on that white scrolly at the bottom. वो नंबर है, उस नंबर पे आपको कॉल करना है. Again 408-832-8881. इस नंबर पे डायल करके हमें आप बता सकते हैं कि what is your take. 408-832-8881. तो आल्तू बाबा ने पूछा कि tell us at least 3 movies in which the story or the script address this dilemma that comes for the protagonist has to choose between their personal love
Yeah.
And love for the country.
The love of their life and love for the country. तो 4088328881 इस नंबर पे आपको कॉल करना है.
Yeah, and of course, it's a very tough thing to choose, right? What do you choose? What makes it a moral choice? Very hard.
It depends on whether the person is serving in the army or not.
No, it doesn't mean that. Even for anybody for the matter.
Right.
You have to choose between love and love for the country. Yeah?
Right.
Yeah, and you got to make a choice.
Right.
And you got to live with it.
Yeah.
They show movies where people are live with it.
Right.
So give us a call, 408-912-2479. Let me know.
No.
What do you think?
408-832-8881 इस नंबर पे कॉल करिएगा बंदजान.
Sure.
Not
912 also.
Right.
क्या बताएगा फादर? What are you talking about?
तो नहीं, क्योंकि वो 912 का चालू नहीं है ना फोन.
हाँ.
ठीक
है.
तो इस नंबर पे कॉल करिएगा. लेकिन आलतू बाबा,
Yes.
you were talking about the love of their life and the love for country. So you're saying anybody and everybody gets into that situation.
Did I say that?
I mean, I'm saying anybody can get into that situation.
You are like talking like
a common civilian भी अगर उसको वो situation आ गया,
why not?
तो civilian क्या करेगा आलतू बाबा? अगर सोचो कि वो कोई terrorist ने for instance आपको hostage या
exactly. So my point to you is why are you asking me the question? That's a question you got to ask our bandhus.
तो call us Banjan. I'm asking you, is that true?
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Dilemma can happen to anybody.
Yeah.
Right? Like for instance, whether you want to do the show or WhatsApp message came to you on your phone. I said, dilemma. I ignored the phone. I love our bandhus, so I attend to our bandhus.
Yeah, that's why it is.
I think Deepa thinks it's a very tough question to answer.
It is a very tough question to answer. You know,
आसान बात नहीं है by the way.
Actually, आलतू बाबा एक और डिलेमा आता है तेरे को मालूम है?
प्लीज बताओ.
नहीं, वो बाद में बात करेंगे.
क्यों बाद में बात करोगे?
जो बंधु से हमें ऑन एयर अभी बात करना है, उनसे बात कर लेंगे.
किससे बात करना है आपको ऑन एयर? आपको बताइए.
Obviously, जो भी बंधु हमें 408-832-8881 पे कॉल करेंगे, उनसे बात करेंगे.
Okay.
And उनसे पूछेंगे कि
क्या पूछेंगे उनसे?
whatever they have their thoughts. क्या पूछेंगे?
अच्छा बताओ ना. तो पूछो. है यहाँ पे हमारी दीपा जी. यहाँ पे दीपा जी नमस्ते. कैसे हैं आप?
पैम
फाइनली आ गए तुम दोनों.
हाँ.
फाइनली नहीं आए हम लोग. एक्चुअली 5:30 से यहीं पे है. ये हेलो क्या मतलब? सच्ची में बोल रहा हूँ. हम लोग 5:30 से यहीं पे है.
आल्तो बाबा. हाँ, अभी देखो कैमरा. ये क्या तुमने कैमरा का सेटिंग कुछ गड़बड़ कर दिया आल्तो बाबा?
आपके लिए, सिर्फ आपके लिए, आपके खातिर.
क्या कैमरे का सेटिंग क्या किया?
गड़बड़ कर दिया.
पहले इतने मतलब दूर से वो जूम आउट कर दिया पूरा. तुम दोनों के चेहरे ही नहीं दिखते मुझे. सारा वो फाइल और इतने बड़े बड़े कंप्यूटर ये सब दिखते हैं.
हाँ तो ये फाइला का काम करने का ये होता है. हमारी फादर दिखा कर रही है कि बहुत काम करती है. लेकिन अभी पॉइंट पे आ जाओ. पॉइंट
फालतू नहीं. देखो मैंने एक ही बार बोला इट इज सो स्वीट ऑफ हर. तुम्हारा चेहरा नहीं दिखता. तब से वो बेचारी वो लैपटॉप को नीचे रख के बात करती है. तुमने कुछ हटाया कहीं से? नहीं, कुछ भी नहीं.
मैं तो आपने मुझे पूछा भी क्या तुम बदलोगे? अगर मैं बदल गया तो आलतू नहीं रहूंगा ना.
क्या? तो अपने आप को
कब बदलोगे?
हाँ
आल्टो बाबा बड़ा कॉन्ट्रडिक्शन है यार. हमेशा हर एक चीज में कॉन्ट्रडिक्शन. पहले बोलता है कि आई एम नथिंग इफ आई एम नॉट फ्लेक्सिबल. आई डोंट हैव अ टेक ऑन एनीथिंग बिकॉज दिस इज आल्सो राइट, दैट इज आल्सो राइट.
बट इफ आई चेंज आई विल नॉट बी
malleable. Then he says if I change it won't be. हाँ कुछ भी.
हाँ तो why not ना? Perspective. Why can't we have everything? Yeah, come on. What is this? Why can't we have all the happiness in the world and forget about all the sadness in the world?
Hey, कुछ भी यार. Dabhi don't go somewhere and all Altu Baba. We're talking about something very simple, which is about dilemma and changing values and changing times.
लेकिन ये बताइए आज आप कुछ पार्लर वाला जाके है क्या? कुछ अलग किया आपने बालों के साथ? कुछ तो अलग किया आपने बालों के साथ. परम क्या रहेगा? ब्लो ड्राइव.
मैंने फटाक से क्योंकि मुझे वीडियो कॉल करना था.
हाँ.
तो जल्दी से मैं आ गई ऐसे ही.
नहीं.
बाल बनाए तो बिखरे हुए हैं बस.
लेकिन आपके जो कान की बाली बहुत प्यारी है.
हाँ.
थैंक यू.
कहाँ खरीदती है ये सब कुछ? बताती नहीं है लेकिन. हाँ. वेरी गुड.
हाँ.
तो बताइए ना, हम आज का our topic is moral dilemma, right?
Yeah.
I'm talking about moral issues, moral things. Not even, I wouldn't say moral issues. I would say dilemma of ethics or whatever you call it, right? Ethical dilemmas. So आप मुझे ऐसे 2-3 फिल्मों की बात की जहाँ पे protagonist जो है had to choose between two things. One, his love, her love, or love for the country. ऐसा कुछ याद आ रहा है कोई फिल्म जहाँ पे the dilemma दिखा गया था and what is the choice they made?
Of course.
बोलो.
एक था टाइगर.
Okay.
नहीं वो नहीं, सॉरी.
Very good, very good. Then Dawn आ गया ना? शाहरुख खान का आप सीक्रेट फैन हो मुझे मालूम है.
Closet fan है,
Closet fan. सही में. चलेगा यार, he's handsome like me. चलेगा.
के साथ रह के ऐसा हो गया मेरा.
नहीं मतलब क्वालिटी इंप्रूव है आपका ना.
हाँ.
मैंने बोला है, तू पहले बहुत बार बोला है मैंने, ऐसे मत बोलो.
मालूम है. क्यों?
एक था टाइगर है. They have shown it very very well actually उसमें कि मतलब वो इतने साल तो वो बैचलर रहता है and his whole life is dedicated to the country. And he didn't even touch his salary for so many years. वो ऐसे ही पड़ा रहता है बैंक में. And then when he really falls in love with her, तो वो मतलब उसको लेके चला जाता है बस.
नहीं, पैसे की बात नहीं है, लेकिन फिर भी उसका तो होता ना, he has to serve the country and he had to serve his love, so he had to die for the country to serve his love.
नहीं, वो he died.
मतलब the question is, the point is, he had to die for the country. He had to be dead, right? Otherwise, he would not be able to live, right? The point was, he chose his love, but he had to. But in a way, the only way he could do that is by dying for his country.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
ऐसा कुछ एक और फिल्म बताओ, 2-3 और फिल्म ऐसे.
We wanted 3 films. ऐसे काफी सारी फिल्में बनी हैं जहाँ पे they have to choose between their love.
Zara is one more.
Which one?
Veer Zara, I don't know. Was it that?
He chooses love, right, over there.
He chose love, right?
Military में रहता है वो.
He's an Air Force guy, right? He Air Force guy. And doesn't he choose love and go? He chooses love, right?
Yeah, he chooses love.
Yeah, when it advise him not to go, he still goes. He gets caught there. Okay. एक और बताओ.
I think that
जो पठान मेरी जान महफिल से रख जाए.
पठान में कहाँ चूज होता है?
पठान में सेम टू सेम. एक और चीज है जो मुझे पसंद नहीं आता है कि why do Indian movies
always show the heroine as being from Pakistan?
Yeah, why should the heroine be from Pakistan?
Exactly, वो मुझे भी समझ में नहीं. इसीलिए मैंने बोला ना.
लेकिन एक ही फिल्म है जहाँ पे heroine chooses a guy from Pakistan. I'd be surprised if Deepa doesn't know the answer to this.
I know.
You know, you should know.
Huh?
Deepa चकमा खा गई.
कौन सा?
अभी चकना खा रही है.
मुझे रियल याद आ रहा है अभी.
जहाँ पे एक हीरोइन ने एक पाकिस्तानी को अदर नेबरिंग कंट्री वाले को अपनाया.
हीरोइन ने नेबरिंग कंट्री वाली को अपनाया.
Well, no, again, Mission Majnu में भी वही था.
Mission Majnu में
Indian guy goes after a Pakistani girl, right?
To save her, he
Correct.
He basically gives qurbani of his own life.
No, man, but the point is, he's a male, Indian male.
Yeah. Who is choosing his motherland, making sure that thing doesn't happen, but he doesn't want.
But choose the girl from.
Razi.
Very good. It took such a long time for to think about it.
No, there's also one more movie, darling. In this is अभी हाल ही में आया वो परिणीति चोपड़ा का फिल्म. बकवास था मेरे को.
कौन देखता है फिल्म परिणीति चोपड़ा का?
हाँ?
एक मिनट दीपा जी. कौन देखता है ऐसा फिल्म?
मैंने देखा OTT पे. वेली थी.
वेली है, यही प्रॉब्लम तेरा.
मेरे को टाइम पास करना था. वो मूवी आया था ना यार, वो कौन सा था?
मुझे पर अरे फालतू रेडी.
हाँ.
I'm not as well as you बोल रही है.
देखो मेरे फीड पे बार आया, but I don't like her at all.
Right. मतलब दीपा prove that she's not as well as you.
Yeah.
ऐसा नहीं है, come on. नहीं, मैंने बोला कि मैंने सोचा कि चलो एटलीस्ट ट्रेलर तो देखूंगी.
कोड नेम
ट्रेलर
तिरंगा.
देखा?
Oh God, it was such
हाँ,
a
वो ट्रेलर में सुनना फालतू वो
हाँ,
ट्रेलर में
हाँ.
वो कार में एक सीन है, वो सिर्फ ट्रेलर से ही मुझे उस पे ये आ गया, मतलब
प्यार आ गया?
देवरे
घिन आ
प्यार
गया,
नहीं,
घिन.
गुस्सा आ गया. वो
हाँ,
कार में बैठी है
हाँ,
और वो जो सबऑर्डिनेट ही और शी, आई डोंट नो, ही इज सेइंग समथिंग.
हाँ.
सो कार में ऐसे यू आर जस्ट चेकिंग आउट द सराउंडिंग एरिया, ठीक है,
Yeah.
ऐसे ऐसे करना चाहिए ना. यू नो हाउ शी इज लुकिंग.
Huh.
हाँ.
Yeah, it's so. I mean, seriously, and they're supposed to be.
ऐसे कौन करता है रात के अंधेरे में?
Yeah.
They're talking like an office, मतलब show the fire in your eyes, not in your eyebrows.
No, that's the whole thing. Which I found really horrible. Is okay
Huh.
if the director is crazy and the director is stupid. At least the actor should have a little bit of thing, or it should be the other way around. If the actor is overacting, then the director should be able to
Rein them in.
हाँ,
yeah, rein them in.
down. इधर उल्टा है.
Yeah.
मुझे लगा अरे अच्छा ठीक है, मैं नहीं देखूंगी, पता नहीं अभी तो उसका टाइम नहीं आया.
नहीं, गुड,
नहीं.
डोंट वॉच इट. फालतू के पास बहुत टाइम है, वो अलग बात है.
नहीं, hey.
डोंट डू दैट, ओके?
No. This movie I watched in bits and pieces.
हाँ, कुछ भी हो, लेकिन टाइम
finally
था
I
तेरे
said,
ना,
you know
इतना
what?
टाइम था तेरे लिए.
नहीं, मैं अभी तक फिनिश नहीं किया शायद मैंने.
Of course,
वहाँ पे कोवर्ट ऑपरेशन है ये लोग.
a movie like a series, huh?
Yeah, no, because I can't tolerate such movies. Yeah, it's so, see, covert operation hai, okay, they're going to take out this, how they show, that's one thing in a lot of the Hollywood movies, right? The way they show is very nice, very like, you won't even realize this, it happens so fast that you don't know who is taken out or whatever. In this, their covert operation, it seems, suddenly she will go like this.
The word for it is like, yeah.
And in the full bhari mehfil, she will be looking like this. Like this. And then everybody is walking around, then she'll cover her face, it seems. What nonsense that thing is, really, it is horrible.
And you actually spend time on that. Wow. मानना पड़ेगा फादर. I really should give you the Oscar awards for this.
Yes, you should give me the Oscar award for tolerance, dude.
My God, what tolerance you have.
Oh God, Faltrani and Alto Baba, you guys should have a क्या ऑस्कर को कुछ स्लैंग करके.
We do Bhaskar awards.
We had Bhaskar award. We had Bhaskar. I mean, we don't do it anymore. We had Bhaskar awards.
Yeah.
Bhaskar award में
तुम लोग इतना बोलते हो लेकिन करते नहीं हो. करो वो भास्कर अवार्ड्स for all these people.
I like the way she sang the song. करो.
She did sing
it. तुम करो. Hey, but we seriously, Deepa ji, we really, आजकल क्यों आप आते नहीं हमारे महफिल में, क्यों नहीं आते हो आप तक? कावरा पे नहीं आए आपने?
कारवा पे मैं नहीं हूँ.
आप नहीं हो?
क्यों नहीं हो?
I am busy that day.
हाँ, दीपा जी कहीं नहीं आती है ना. किसी ने हमें बोला ना, 3 बार बुलाते हैं, आप नहीं आए तो अभी बुलाना भी वेस्ट है. ऐसे किसी ने बोला अभी.
ओहो, really?
हाँ, मैं बाद में बताती हूँ कौन है.
ओहो, ऐसा कुछ बोला है क्या?
हाँ, किसी ने कमेंट मारा. मैंने कहा कुछ भी, दीपा तो दीपा है, बंधु है, जब भी होता है टाइम निकाल के आती है.
हाँ, टाइम निकाल के आती है दीपा. वेरी गुड.
हाँ. तो अभी दीपा ये बताओ कि हैव यू एवर बीन इन अ सिचुएशन. हाँ,
मॉरल्स तुम लोग बात कर रहे थे ना ऑन द सेम टॉपिक. मैं इट्स मोर मेरे हिसाब से इट्स नॉट अबाउट डायलेमा, इट्स अबाउट डायनामिक्स.
ओहो, डायनामिक्स.
हाँ.
वेरी नाइस. आई लाइक इट.
Changes as per the scenario and but the root जो मेन जो रहेगा वो तो रहेगा, तो ठीक है, लेकिन डायनामिक्स चेंज हो सकते हैं वक्त के हिसाब से और दुनिया के हिसाब से और जगह के हिसाब से.
नहीं, डायनेमिक्स चेंज. ओके, ठीक है. तो अभी let's talk about specifically we talked about वो क्या अल्तुबा, what was it that we were talking about? तेरा पूरा ये दिख रहा है वहाँ पे.
वो फिर क्या दिख रहा है मेरा?
हाँ,
मेरा क्या दिख रहा है फालतू?
टेक्स्ट मैसेज.
मेरा अंडरवेयर दिख रहा है क्या फालतू? क्या तेरा पूरा क्या दिख रहा है बोल तो?
वो तुम्हारा टेक्स्ट मैसेजेस. क्या
हाँ,
बात करता है अल्तुबा? तेरे मुंह से कुछ भी निकलता है क्या?
ऑफ कोर्स निकलता है कुछ भी फालतू.
तो वो हाँ, ऑफ कोर्स कुछ भी निकलता है. दैट्स ट्रू. अनफॉर्चुनेटली वर्बल डायरिया.
अरे क्या करें, डायरी में तो नहीं है हमारे पास, हम तो कर देते हैं, कह देते हैं.
तो बात करो.
हाँ.
तो हम लोग एक मूवी अभी रिसेंटली देखे जो वी वर टॉकिंग अबाउट कि जैसे movies like Julie, Aradhana, and a lot of those movies which they talked about premarital relations between a guy and a girl. But now there are movies which it's become so commonplace, right? So it's casual. It's really like I don't know if you saw Tu Jhuti Main Makkar or not, but in that it clearly she says it's no big deal if you know in every single movie, even Befikre, the whole thing is we don't want any entanglements, emotional entanglements, and this they don't even earlier it used to be like they run behind trees, they show like this, the flowers mating or the bee going on the thing if it's a guy who's taking advantage of a girl, that kind of thing. But and then it became like, oh, they do it behind closed doors kind of thing, and now it's like they'll show a full-on scene and then it's like it's passed on, right? Like even the Salam Namaste days was considered, oh my god, wow, what are they doing? And then they still show that she has to bear the consequences of what happened, right? Because the girl gave in. But today it is completely changed.
Abhi, like, you know, the more you see and the more you know about it, slowly it comes like a हो जाता है, दिमाग में बैठ जाता है ऑडियंस के. It like more assimilation हो जाता है in the culture. That's what I'm saying, like moral. So जब हम लोग छोटे थे, like we used to think that as a big deal, right? But now we saw so many movies, and not only movies, series. So it kind of even हमारे दिमाग में भी आ गया. मतलब I mean ये आज का culture है. Like we and somewhere we हमको अपने आप ने मतलब समझा लिया हम लोगों ने, एंड मोस्ट ऑफ द पीपल आई थिंक.
हाँ तो फिर आप अपने बच्चों को आंख बंद करने के लिए नहीं बोलती है ना, अगर ऐसा कोई सीन आए?
नहीं बोलते, कर देती है.
आई डू.
क्यों? Why? Because it is so commonplace, right? It's supposed to be so commonplace, and why are we telling them no? Because it's supposed to be accepted.
कॉमन मैन के लिए, कॉमन प्लेस होगा कॉमन मैन के लिए.
हाँ
वगैरह कुछ है तो आई मीन दे आर स्टिल यंग, तो मुझे लगता है आई डू, एंड मुझे बोलने की भी जरूरत नहीं, दे देमसेल्फ
क्लोज आईज.
हाँ. But so that's kind of like, don't you think that's a conflict of values that's happening right there? Because here we are talking about, yeah, it's not a big deal, some kind of a relationship between people, and then then we are actually making it a big deal. We're like, oh, you know, let's not watch.
No, there are certain क्या बोलते हैं, nuance, कुछ चीजें जो अपने आप वक्त के हिसाब से slowly, like, you know,
बदल रही है. हाँ.
तो
you know, at some point, like, देखो अभी even like where after we become 21 and adults, and we also become grown up and we have our own families, but we still have those boundaries when we meet our peers, right?
Correct.
So kind of,
क्या है वही तो मैं,
but that particular boundary we respect, that it's out of respect, nothing else.
हाँ लेकिन that's what I'm saying, that's dying, I think. There is only certain group of it's changing, at least let's put it that way. There's a group, there's some people who don't necessarily follow all the things, like, you know, बड़ों को जैसे पैरी पहना कहते हैं, right? A lot of people do that in some households where they have followed it, where they've kept it. You'll be surprised, even if they're raised here, they're raised in England, wherever they're raised, they go and they do the peri pehna. Whereas, I've heard people comment कि अरे इंडिया में हमारे बच्चे नहीं करते हैं क्या? You know, so nicely they've got this culture, they've kept this up over there.
Again, it's all very fluid everywhere, फालतू रानी. And मेरे हिसाब से ना दुनिया स्पेक्ट्रम में चलती है. Like, there is certain spectrum of people who move in a different pace, move in a different category. उनका lifestyle अलग रहेगा, उनका thinking process अलग रहेगा.
तो क्या आपको कभी conflict नजर आया है? Have you ever felt conflicted when you're faced with, like, let's say, for example, you know somebody really well and you have come to know about something that the person, you've seen something. Do you feel at that moment, for a second, you're like, oh, what's going on? Have you ever felt that? Because that's like a dilemma, right? Like, oh, should I tell her parents or shouldn't I tell her parents? You know, that kind of thing.
Oh my God, that kind of stuff. Should
Yeah,
I
like,
speak
you
or
know,
no?
Yeah, I mean, we come across like the parents when they are talking, na.
Huh.
कभी-कभी कोई कुछ बोलता है तो oh, this is her way of thinking. कभी-कभी you get bad. Oh, really? This is how they think. कभी-कभी अजीब लगता है, कभी-कभी सरप्राइज होता है, हो जाता है. I usually keep quiet, and if there is something which is little major, I usually speak out what I believe in, and
That's good.
I
That's really
state
good.
my things
Yeah.
without hurting the other person's
Feelings.
as much as possible. But yeah, but at the same time, I also respect हर एक का अपना नजरिया है जिंदगी के ऊपर, and you know the speed also. Like, I don't want to rush into things like that. That is my policy. लेकिन कुछ लोगों को रहता है, अरे सबको बच्चों को सब बताना है, अभी सब बताना है, तो अभी किंडरगार्टन में ही PhD कराने का सोचते हैं, which I don't believe. So yeah, at the same time, yeah, so everybody's parenting is different, everybody's everything, like, you know.
Yeah.
It's very, very.
No, I'm just talking about value conflicts that are happening. Like, you know, I saw some guy, I had never heard of him, some character who's on YouTube. He's a YouTuber supposedly. And he has 2 wives or 2 women, and it's supposedly an accepted. I'm like, isn't polygamy illegal in India or wherever he is living? I don't know. But then they call it polyamory, and they think, oh, you know, it's okay to have multiple wives at the same time.
That's new age wedlock these days.
Yeah, I know. I was like, what? He's to me, honestly, he's very annoying. Huh?
Hey, Facebook pe aaya, right? No, it's not in India. There is a guy
here also. There's a guy here also. Yes. Yes. There is. It's not just the guy. It's the women who actually even reach out to other women.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
My goodness.
Yeah, they solicit anyway. It's really weird. I find it very weird. But that is a conflict for me. I'm like, oh my God, what is this? I mean, where do we draw the line? Is there a line in the sand that we can't? That seems to be disappearing. You know.
Aggression is becoming very thin, and like I'm telling you, right? It's more like जैसे gender fluidity हो रही है. Everything is becoming more fluid these days.
See, the gender fluidity part, right, Deepa, I kind of, I can get that because that's more biological or neurological wiring. Maybe they're, you know, being attracted to somebody from the same gender, or not being able to identify your own gender identity is definitely something that is, you know, that could come from, God knows, you know, some kind of neurological wiring. I don't believe that it's something that somebody can control. You know, but you definitely can control being faithful to somebody or being loyal to one person. But, you know, I guess, you know, I don't know. Maybe I'm moral policing here and I shouldn't. But
no, right. What I'm saying is that comes to moral. What you guys are discussing, the morals.
Yeah.
So the morals that you stand for, not necessarily same morals
Correct.
the other person stands for, and maybe the morality changes and dynamics change with the current scenario and what they are going through in their life. And there is no way. I mean, what I'm saying is it can be different for the other people. Not necessarily you are holding on to something which is causing you a lot of pain and you know, anguish in life, and they don't want to do that, and they want to move forward, something like that. Pata nahi.
हाँ.
Totally with you on that, दीपा जी.
ये easy हो गया दीपा जी. ये easy हो गया क्योंकि किसी और के साथ हो रहा है. हाँ.
Surprised for the first time. Altho Baba is sitting quietly. शायद वो कुछ किसी और काम में busy है.
हाँ. Exactly.
सही पकड़ा आपने. मैं तो बस आपके काम में busy था दीपा जी. I was taking notes of what you were saying.
तो नोट्स लेने की जरूरत नहीं है. जब खत्म होगा ना मेरा टॉक, you can rewind and see the thing.
अरे लेकिन नोट्स लेने में मजा आता है ना कि आई एम गिविंग वैल्यू टू व्हाट यू आर सेइंग, है ना? मतलब देखो यार, क्लास में जाने का एडवांटेज वही होता है ना, वरना तो रिकॉर्डिंग सुन लेते हैं हम सब लोग, प्रोफेसर के पास जाके सुनना पड़ता है कभी बार।
हाँ, लेकिन ये इजी हो गया दीपा। अभी एक मूवी आई है जो हमने बात की उसके बारे में, उसमें एक लॉट ऑफ डिफरेंट पीपल हैव डिफरेंट टेक्स। जैसे लिबरल लोग उसको बहुत मिसोजिनिस्टिक मानते हैं कि लड़की को दोषी ठहराया है,
yes, yes,
कि लड़की wants to have her own life,
why not,
she
why
doesn't
can't
want
she?
to live with the family,
why not,
she wants to go and move out। ये बहुत दिनों से है कि बहू आती है तो बहू अपने आप कुछ और करना चाहती है, सेपरेटली जाना चाहती है। बट इस मूवी में ऐसे दिखाया गया है कि द गाय, आई मीन what I liked about it was a very realistic take where the decisions are made by the characters, right? Where she says that, you know, why she even gives a reasoning for why she doesn't want to live with she doesn't want a family with her.
Story मत बोलो यार।
Story नहीं बोल रही हूँ,
बोल दे उस टाइम, तो खत्म हो गया स्टोरी।
नहीं, I'm saying okay, so what do you do in that where you feel
both
are right?
कभी देखा नहीं फिल्म उसने यार।
What do you do? उसने नहीं देखा। Okay.
पातवाड़ी, why did you do that पातवाड़ी?
तो देखते तो दो मुझे, बाद में
टिप्पणी करेगी वो यार, तू इतना टेंशन क्या को लेती है?
अरे तू इतने दिन हो गए।
हेलो, मैं आज जाने वाली थी आज।
अच्छा मत जाओ, एंड में सब लोग मर जाते हैं।
जाओ everybody dies।
नहीं, मैं जाने वाली थी लेकिन आज भी शायद, अरे क्या यार, ये क्या इतना विंड, सब जगह।
और जाओ पहाड़ पे रहो, और जाओ जाके रहो पहाड़ों में। हाँ जाओ।
मेरी बात तो सुनो आलतू बाबा।
हाँ।
सब ऊपर टीनो सन्नीवेल में पेड़ गिरे हैं, पावर कट उधर हुआ है,
हालांकि
नहीं
पावर कट हो गया, आपको क्या प्रॉब्लम हो गया? तो जाके देखो ना फिल्म।
हाँ, वो इतना दूर है।
मैंने बोला इधर नहीं हुआ, तुम ऐसे बोल रहे हो। और जाओ पहाड़ पे। हाँ, पहाड़ पे विंड कम है फॉर अ चेंज।
मतलब वहां से तो विंड आता है, आपने तो फैन लगा के रखा वहाँ पे। एक नहीं, हजारों फैन लगा के।
फालतू में ना, कल जाके वो सारे फैन तुम्हारी तरफ कर देंगे।
ठंड हो जाएगा, ठंडी
कोई बात नहीं, मैं बस रिमोट ऑफ कर देंगे।
आपको पावर यहाँ से आता है, स्विच ऑफ कर देंगे।
हाँ।
बट दीपा जी, थैंक यू सो मच, आपने कॉल किया। एंड आप
राज जी और कॉल करो, मुझे पता है
आप लेट ज्वाइन हुए। हमारा शो कब का शुरू हो गया था?
5 o'clock शार्प।
5 o'clock नहीं,
मतलब 5 o'clock करीब
6 o'clock
करीब 5 o'clock
5:50 को शुरू हुआ।
I logged in at 6:30, मैंने देखा।
तो हमारा क्या फॉल्ट है? तो
हाँ, मीनाक्षी जी, नाइस टू सी यू जॉइनिंग अस ऑन फेसबुक।
मीनाक्षी जी नमस्ते, कैसे हैं? मीनाक्षी, आपका आवाज बहुत अच्छा मीठा आया। मैंने वीडियो देखा आपका।
कौन सा वीडियो?
तुम कॉल करो और अल्तोवो को शांत करो, वो शांत हो जाता है तुम्हारे।
मैं तो ऑलवेज शांत रहता हूँ।
नहीं
मैं प्रशांत रहता हूँ ऑलवेज।
Thank you Deepa, thank you so much for calling in. Have a beautiful fantastic evening. Thank you so much for calling in. And बंधुजन, आज था वही moral dilemma वाला मंगलवार। It was just something that that I wanted to to discuss with you, कि आपसे बात करें, पूछें कि क्या हाल? तो बाबा
रैप अप करना, 7 बज गया।
तो wanted to see कि आपका क्या मतलब, do you encounter such situations? and वैसे जब आप encounter करते हो ये जो conflict वाले, value conflict वाले situations होते हैं, तो how do you handle it? What do you do? And thank you कि कुछ लोगों ने chime in किया on Facebook, and some of you, one person actually said that there is really no way that one can determine whether one is right and the other is wrong. It depends upon the time. Okay, very nice. Thank you so much for sharing that. It's a private message I got from Induji. Yes, it is absolutely dependent on time. She also says that is the reason why there are generational gaps and conflicts.
Oh my God.
Okay, that is also true. Then how do you deal with it?
How do you deal with it?
What do you need to do?
Shuffle karo, shuffle.
Kya?
Then deal.
What will you shuffle, Altu Baba?
Shuffle the thought process that you have.
Give
it priority number low. Your thing should be priority number last.
Why is
Take everybody else's priority first.
If that were the case, then shouldn't the other person also be doing the same thing?
Do it, it'll be a wonderful world, but it's not a wonderful. Reality is the world is not a wonderful world.
That is true.
You got to make it wonderful.
Yeah.
Now, don't I make it wonderful by actually giving you the priority and say, Father, you're the person doing this.
Okay.
So,
Well, मीनाक्षी जी, thank you so much for chiming in on Facebook. आपसे बात हुए अरसे हो गए, तो hopefully we'll get to talk to you tomorrow at
आपसे बात
least.
नहीं कर रही है?
नहीं, हाँ,
अरे
we've not spoken in a long time.
सिर्फ मेरे को कॉल करके आपने वीडियो भेजा क्या?
क्या वीडियो?
Oh my goodness. Okay, fine. So I didn't know that. Okay.
क्या वीडियो?
No, it's almost coming to the end of the show right now. Faltani, anything else you want to say?
No, that's about it. Thank you so much for joining us again today, Panjan. We will be back tomorrow with another mind-blowing Budwar. So till then, give us your agya and we'll be back. Good night. Shabba khair and a pyar bhara. Mwah.
Hi guys, this is Shraddha and you're listening to Radio D Hottie, where the entertainment gets hotter.